Welcome to Chief Architect Workshop. In this video, we will take a look at how to put a roadway onto a site plan. We have a building that we're working on, and we are going to put a road with curbs and gutters. Initial building, we used a polyline to snap and dimension to create our shapes that we wanted. We could have done it using the roadway, except this allowed us to create a two-dimensional site plan very quickly, design it quickly, and it will allow us to draw the two phases. So once we have an underlay, for example, this is, if we go to this exists on the CAD plot plan. And we are in the process of drawing, overlaying right on the very top of it. We can snap to it. We can draw the curb and gutter roadway, which is this command over here. If you go to terrain, driveway, polyline driveway, that's what we're working on. So we're in the middle of trying to create that right now. We are here. Just got started. And we've got the road coming in, service road. There's a drive-through, and we're popping that in right now. So let's continue doing that to show you how this command works. Let's go to floor plan. We can see it here. See, I've changed the color line to, that's our referral. We get our tab key, we get that, and we'll open it. And we'll see that in our line style, we change the color to blue, so just be a little easier to read. And here we are snapping to it. There's our blue line, our blue curve line. And we're going to give this to the civil engineer for final engineering. This is to create a rendering to present to the client and to the authorities. And here you can see in our two-dimensional text we have the information that the client would like to see and what the government authority wants to see. So there's our road. Let's continue with the command we're trying to learn. There's our road. And we've wrapped it down here. We're going to just keep on going with it. We need to find a place for it to stop. We're going to probably just break it right there. So we'll see another curve here. And somewhere along the line we have to, when they hook up together, we're going to have a break on it. So that'll be interesting. How we try to render that. Maybe we'll use I'll show you what we can do to make that look a lot nicer. Alright, now we want to create this little go around our feature geometry there. So the first thing we'll do is we grabbed our terrain, grab our break line, and let's just create and let's break it again. And now let's slide this guy here. Oh, that's not what we want to do. Let's see if we can grab this guy here. There we go. That's more what we want to do. So we create this, and we come here to the breakpoint of these two geometries. So I want a radius here, and then a radius there. And we'll pop that guy here, and we'll snap that guy here. So yeah, let's do that now. We want the curb and gutter to the outside. We want the gutter to the outside. Keep it to that side. Let's see what we did here. and it to the inside. So the gutter then went to the outside. Let's tab. There's our gutter to the outside, so we'll continue that. Just to remain consistent, put our curb and gutter to the outside shape of our driveway that we've drawn. Our break line is approximately right about, just doing this by eye, and about there. And this really should be a 20-foot radius, and another radius that way. So let's pop in the 20-foot radius here. We pick that line there. We go to our radius tool there. And we set the radius like that. We'll put in 20 feet. And we'll pick this. Let's say we want a radius there. And it should be floated to that one there. And there's the fillet. And that looks like way too much of a we're going to want a tighter radius. Let's undo. And let's examine what is the radius there, if we can. I don't know if we can. No, it's a polyline. We cannot see how that was created. But that looks like a tighter radius than we had before. Let's see if we can find a break point. In here. It's like a straight line there. There's, yeah, break line is right about, the break line is there. This looks like we had a, that's 20. Let's say we get a 10-foot radius. Let's see what happens if we do with a 10-foot radius. Well, actually, yeah, I think this may have, let's see what happens with 10 feet. I forgot what radius I used. So, not that one, this one. Yeah, let's pick this. You can even hide that, but we'll just tab it. Pick it here, tab, radius, oh wait a minute, tab, hello, let's go with radius, pick the radius, and let's go with 10 feet. And fillet radius. Pick that. So we want to float that, and our second line will be there. And that's even smaller, so that's let's use 15. Let's undo. Let's use a 15-foot radius. So go pick radius at 15 feet. Good old trial and error method. Alright. Pick that line. Radius. Second line on the radius. That's pretty good. Let's save this in case this whole thing goes to hell in a basket. And now we want the radius to do that. So let's put that same radius. So let's go fill up the lines. I'm going to pick that one there. And fill it there and there. It will not let us fill it there because it's just too. Houston, we have a problem. what happens. Let's go to 12-foot radius and see if that helps us with our radius situation. Let's undo. And again, curve is the outside, curve is the outside. See, there's a little straight segment there. Oh, but this is all just for rendering, just to make it look like there's a nice curve and gutter on the rendering. Okay, well, that's the game plan. Let's make it happen. Don't give up the ship. Radius. The 12-foot radius. And tab it. Pick it. Fill it. Fill it. There. Better. Better. This, I think, this curve and gutter, it's just not, it's creating a complete 90, which it should. What we could do is, just for the sake of simplicity, just put a small radius on here. Just keep that there and put a small radius there, which I think we will try to do, because we only got 1, 2, 3, 4 foot of segment here. So let's put a 6-foot radius, fill it on here, and call it a day. Not get too crazy. We'll let this little engineer play with this one. So, fill it. Fill it radius. The fill it radius should be, let's say 5 feet. Because otherwise it's not going to work. Okay, so we pick. Cancel. Pick this guy. We pick that guy. Oh, you said it for radius, right? And there it is. Ooh, they disconnected. That's what that warning message was all about. That we're going to disconnect now. That's doing some weird stuff there, so let's undo. Undo. Alright, what we're going to do is we are going to treat it this way. Take this guy. Oh, my kingdom for radius. And break it there. I'm going to slide that guy to here. Here, I'm going to take this. What I'm going to do is just create that little straight segment. And we just curve something like that. And I'm going to angle that, create 90s here. And see if that helps. So, curve radius situation. What we're trying to do is, let's just create an equidistant. What it's trying to do is it's won't let us create a gentle radius here. So really, this should be, this is the, yeah, this is equal radiuses. We have here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, let's just experiment. Try again. I'd like to see a gentler, like a 10-foot radius in here if we can. The other nice thing we can do is once we get these independent, so cancel. Alright. Radius. 1, 2. Radius. 60. Okay. Now we want about, let's go. Feet. Tab. Okay. There. Foot. The other polyline is a much more sophisticated algorithm. We are having trouble with this algorithm because it's only a simple driveway. So we may give up on showing a curve and gutter and just show driveway. Which would be a shame. Would be a shame. Okay, we're going to have a little trouble with our radius needs to go around our, and I think the whole issue here is just not to have such a large radius is the whole crux of the biscuit. So we'll just go with smaller radiuses and call it a day. Okay, let's see what we got here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. Let's just equal these out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this one it's about equal. And we'll just put in 2 6-foot radiuses. And yeah, let's just put in 2 6-foot radiuses and call it 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's put in 2 6-foot radiuses, and we will call that a day. Actually, I think I know what I did. We had this 45-degree angle here. I see what we did. All right, let me try something a little different then. What really transpired is we had this going on. This was actually one point here. Let's make this. Now I remember how I did this. Let's make this perpendicular to this. Okay. Something like this. And then we had this angle actually came down here and turned into that. Let's take this point, and akin to when we snap points to points, it returns the geometry to its singular mode. So there's those little breaks, and you can test it when you see that. Then you see it doesn't create additional geometries. You know that it's healed itself back. So what we did was we created the little 45-degree angle here, and we're just going to keep. And that's how we created this radius, boom and boom. And it was a 20-foot radius there and a 20-foot radius there, and that's what made that lovely radius. We were overthinking it. So let's do that again. Fill out the radius, create a 20-foot radius, and take this point, and there it is there. See how it just peachy, just peachy, and then we do the same thing here. We will focus radius, take this point, and we want to float radius that, and there it is. Lovely as can be. Oh my lord, all we have to do is think a little bit. And I'm going to, should I stop it there? Or should we do a little bit more? And so you just get a little feel for how this thing should look. Let's do a little bit more. No point in dragging out a video once you've learned what to do. I usually will stop and get back to work and go, oh, I got it. Now, I'll just do it like this. And what we're doing here is we're just breaking the curve and gutter. Oh, break there, I guess not. Come on, it's not breaking. Talk to me, what's going on here, dudes? There's a break. Now I'm talking. There. And another break to snap to there. After a while, we really get a feel for how these things really should look. Yeah, that looks good. We'll just keep it like that. We'll put the curve and gutter there. So here we're going to want grass in there, and then probably from this point on we'll have grass and stuff happening in there. And then we'll put in the driveway there, and that would be good to see how the driveway gets placed in. So we'll go all the way here, and we'll do this as well. Make this perpendicular. So grab our perpendicular tool, find something that's parallel to perpendicular. Let's say, no thank you. Why is it doing that? Okay, let's go next. Let's just do it this way. There we go. Now we're pretty close to being. Let's do parallel to that. There we go. That's nice and parallel. See, when you have that parallel geometry, and you can stretch it easily, but we really need a break line there. So let's put a break line there. Not it there. Still, Chieffer has it perpendicular. The curve and gutter there. Yeah, that's fine. Go here. I'm creating this geometry because we don't need a break here. Let's break. Give me a break. There's a break. Over there. Let's make this perpendicular to this guy there. And we can sort of drag it there, but again we need a break here, so let's put a break. Put the break there. Slide that guy up. Didn't show up. Ignore a break. Break me. Let me break me any way you want to. Tab. Still is not. Zoom out a little bit. Break me. There we go. Now we got a break. No. What the heck is going on here, buddy? Tab. Tab. Pick. Break tool. Point. Yeah, I hope that's a break. Yes. There we go. And we can just slide that guy there. And control, slide him over. Pick that edge. Make it perpendicular to that line there. Keeps it nice and clean. And you can see how that's going there. And now, this is just as you're backing out of this stall, handicap guy backs out. And you roll over the corner of this, we'll put a little radius in here, a little 5-foot radius. So we'll go here. Alright, yeah, yeah. Tab it. And go to radius, fill radius size, we're going to go to 60 inches. I'm going to pick this guy. We are going to fill it in there. And so you pick the second line. Alright. Fill a radius. This guy. This guy. Alright, now figure out my sequence again. Escape. Pick this. Tab, that's not it. Fill it. Yeah. Fill it. There. And there we go. So now we can see where this is going here. Tab. And then let's put the parking lot in. All the way to there. And make a parking lot. No, we're just gonna make a break. Right here, so like maybe we can put in like a transitional sidewalk. So you make all that kosher. Take that curve and go to there. And we're just gonna run this parking lot all the way to there. We're almost there. Almost there. We're almost there. Let's keep going. Or we can take a peek at our 3D, see where that is. For 10 minutes. Now we see how we're going around the drive-through. Back it out. So it's worth the trouble of trying to figure out how to get that tangent line stuff to work. Because it'll look nice in 3D when we put a car in there. It'll be 6 inches lower. And realistic what's really happening. Of course, the grades are all going to fall away, but it gives you a very nice idea of what's going on. And it'll also look nicer once we put the paver stuff here. Oh, I even have some paver stuff left over from it was a much larger scheme. We had to shrink it because gosh darn developer doesn't want to spend all the money. What's the matter with that guy? Doesn't he know we should build huge monster buildings? Jeez. Okay. Yeah, we don't need this guy. Delete that. It's nice you can do it in 3D. And there's our paving block, guys. There. Take this edge and take them to there. Starting to develop our paving in 3D. We want some tables when we get out of this storage. I hope might be a hot dog. And we want to stretch this. Oop, we can do this. Let's see. We can pick this edge here. There it is. And see if we can just use our brake tool. And it's breaking at the corner. It looks like it's broke at the corner. That'd be an amazing thing. Yeah, it's letting us take it to there. That's nice. Oh, maybe we want to probably even go all the way to there. Let's see what that looks like. Does that mean I don't want the geometry? Oh, kind of looks nice just like that. Just cut in the door there, without having to do that little 45 thing. And put more bushes and whatnot to make it adorable. You just steal some of these bushes. Throw them in there. I want to be a bush. That looks like a bush. It's a bush, alright. We'll go edit, copy. Let's circle around. Well, this is actually turning into more of a site lesson thingy. Alright, back. Edit. Paste. Little bush there. And Control V. Well, I don't really want right there. Control V. I like these guys. I put them right there. Oh, I'm going right here like that. Over there. Oh yeah, now I got some bushes coming around that thing. It's looking better. Looking more like a real landscape building. Got some stuff going on. Actually, I think I'm going to stop it there. I think you get the idea, and we'll put some more stuff in another video. Okay, finally, I want to mention to everybody to take a peek at our website, chicago-workshop.com. Check us out. Find out what we're all about.